Hey there, and thank you for tuning in on this tutorial video. I'm going to be showing you exactly what I need done online, and I just want to take a moment here to thank you for helping me with this. And as much as you are wanting to gain experience, I'm also learning how to go about my way on the internet, and I think together there's going to be a great opportunity to work, and of course for you to make some money, and for me to perhaps make some money down the road for myself as well. Anyways, let's get straight to it. Your job is going to be very simple. All I need you to do is essentially help me resubmit content that I've already produced for my website, which is www.boredaftercollege.com. Now, everything that I want you to do is going to be organized on this Google Doc that you see in front of you. I'm not going to email you and tell you what I need. I'm not going to, out of the blue, wake you up in your sleep and tell you I need something done. I'm going to do this in a very easy manner where both of us can be very clear as to what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and what I expect of you. And I will never ever put anything on your lap without at least giving you 1, 2, or 3 days to finish it. So let's get right into it. The most important part of your job is going to be helping me reword content that I've already produced and posting that content to directories that I specify on this document. Now, I've chose you because I read some of the work that you did, and your English skills are probably better than mine. I'm not an English major, I was a business major, but after reading some of the content that you produced, Angela, I saw that you're very passionate about what you write about, and I think you're even better at spotting perhaps errors on any kind of paperwork or essay that might be produced or any kind of written content that's on the web. So, let's just start with this. So I'm always going to ask you to check this document every day to see if there's any updates, and basically the things that I'm going to be inputting on this document are a task, as you can see here, the date that I assigned the task, the estimated completion date of the task, and in this case, because I'm only focusing on one area that I need you to help me to work on, I'm focusing on article directories for the moment. So I'll be asking you to visit the article directory that I specify on the link here. I'm going to provide you the username that I use to log on to that article directory, the password that I use to log into that article directory, and I will also provide you a link, a Google link, that specifies the article that I need reworded, respun, and resubmitted to the article directory. So in this case, why don't we go ahead and check this out. So I've already created this link here, and as you can see, this is an article that I wrote personally, so why don't you give it a read and perhaps even let me know what you thought about it. But it's titled 4 Reasons Why You Need a Personal Website, Why a Personal Website Gets You a Job. And I wrote this article in about, I'd say 20 to 25 minutes, and my job for you is essentially to read through this article and to reword it and make it your own, to make it unique on the internet. Now, there are some things you can do to help you with this. You can always use an article spinner, which I'll Google for you right now. And essentially, sorry, I just wanted to make sure that this was recording, but the best free spinner is something that I like to use. Now, the problem with this is that although you can use the best free spinner to generate a unique piece of content, you have to reread everything that the spinner provides you, because the content is not always perfect. And I'm going to actually put the link right here for the best free spinner. But all you need to do essentially is to copy and paste the entire article and post it in here on the best free spinner. Set the spin frequency. So I really do not suggest setting the spin frequency at as many words as possible. If you set the spin frequency at, for example, every 4th word, that's good enough. And then all you would have to do is spin the article, and what would happen is this little application spins every 4th word in the article, and what it does is it spits out a spun article that is somewhat unique. And what you need to do is take this article and you got to take it back to the original link that I provided you, and basically just start a new page and then just paste it. Now, after you've done this, I would expect you to reread the article to make sure it makes sense and that it flows off the tongue well. You can go ahead and make sure that perhaps the newly spun article is acceptable by your writing standards. Now, I would expect you to essentially make sure the article flows well off the tongue and that it's readable, because I want the people who are going to be rereading this spun article to think that it was essentially a unique article that provides relevant content, and that's what we want to do. We want to provide value to people who are looking for information with regard to finding jobs, who are bored after college, who essentially are finding themselves after graduation. So essentially you would reread through this and make sure that all the content on here is perfect. Now, if you notice, when I took the respun article back out, the headings are basically the same text and font as the content itself. But the original article, I've actually bolded the headings, and I actually have links with the body, and all of this disappeared when the article was respun. So I would expect you to essentially make sure that when you submit this to the article directory, that you follow and focus on the same format that I originally made in the original posting to my website. So for simplicity's sake, let's say the article we just spun is the one that we're going to use. We'll just assume that you've made corrections and you've made sure that the article is readable by your standards, and now we have a completely respun unique article that was made by you. Now I would expect you to go to the article directory that I specified, which is right here. Just click on the link, and it's going to bring you to the website that I wanted you to go in the first place, and you're going to be logging into this website. Now it's going to ask you for an email and password. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you the username, which is also the email, and the password, which is here. Just copy and paste it. It's really as simple as that. Yeah, that's good. And Coke0 is the password. And just copy and paste and log in. From this point, all you're going to do is go to Submit Article. It's somewhere here, Publish Article. And you're going to click on this, and you're essentially going to be selecting a certain category. The category is always going to be, where is this? There's education. Sometimes, I'll leave it up to you to select perhaps something else that's related to the article. So what I also like is self-improvement. Okay, so let's say for simplicity's sake, self-improvement, but we want to focus on categories that relate to people who want to better themselves and want to get ahead in life, because that's what boardaftercollege.com is about. It's about people who want to improve themselves, and we want to give them access to information that can help them do that. So the main category will be self-improvement. The subcategory will be, let's say, in this particular case, advice, because that's what we do, is we give advice. Now the article title. So this is what I'm going to need you to get a bit creative, because the original title of the article was 4 reasons why a personal website gets you a job. Well, as much as I would want you to use the original title, I want you to change it up just a little bit. So instead of 4 reasons why a personal website gets you a job, let's do 4 reasons why a personal website jumpstarts your career. Essentially, this article title follows the same suit and the same theme as the original, but it's just a bit different. And what I would expect you to do is to essentially, as well, write a small summary of what the article is about. So in this case, I would just essentially write maybe 3 to 4 sentences. So in this case, let's figure something out. Building a personal website is essential to advertising yourself for potential career opportunities. Having a personal website allows you to publish your resume, contact information, and general interests online. It also allows you to be creative in the sense that your website is a creative outlet. Sorry, normally I spend a bit more time on this, but for the moment, because you're so well versed in the English language, I would expect that you would do a much better job than me. And with that said, I'm just going to leave it up to you. Now, when it comes to keywords, all I want you to think about are keywords that relate to the content post that you have recreated for me. So in this case, the article talks about why having a website is so important to life after college. And in this case, I would say keywords would be how to find a job, finding a job, life after college, let's see, what else? Building a website, personal website. So essentially, whatever you find to be most important in the article itself, I want you to use those as keywords for this article submission. Now, for the article itself, what I would want you to do is take the respun article that you've made unique and to essentially post it in here. And once you've done that, I want you to, of course, make sure that all the headings have been bolded. I want you to make sure that everything is basically formatted correctly and that it looks nice, because the article directory is not going to accept one that is not formatted well, that has a lot of grammar mistakes. So you have to be on the lookout to make sure the article has been made unique in a very good way. So what I'm doing right now is What I'm doing right now is I'm just making sure that all the headings are bolded, and once that's happening, I'm going to reformat the headings so that everything is spaced out properly on the working space. So as you can see, there's a space here that shouldn't be there, and there's a space there that should be there, and essentially that's about it. Now, this is the most important part, and essentially what I would ask you to do is to place 2 to 3 links within the content that link back to my website, which is www.boardaftercollege.com. Now, the article-based directory will not allow you to post a link in the very first paragraph. So somewhere, after about 10 sentences, in this case, let's say down here, I would ask that you post a link to a word such as option, because option is a word that is kind of relevant to the website that I built, www.boardaftercollege.com. And I would ask that instead of using a word such as although or a word like with, I would expect you to link a word that has a bit more punch, like college or reasons or website, words that have relevance beyond what would be being spoken of on this particular content post. So let's go with the word tailored, because tailored I feel is a word that works well with improving yourself, tailoring your skills and your abilities to leveraging your skills and abilities, leveraging your tailored skills to get you in the best place in the future. So all you gotta do is highlight the word tailored, make sure you only highlight the letters, and then this button right here is the link button. So just click on insert link, and what will happen is the box that pops up will ask you for a link URL. Well, in this case, the link URL will always be boardaftercollege.com. So I have it right here. So just type in boardaftercollege.com into this box. Now, if you don't type in the HTTP / prefix, it's going to ask you if you want to insert it. Just always click OK. Now, for the target, click on Open Link in the same window. And for the title is not necessary. So just click Insert, and all of a sudden, the word tailored has become hyperlinked and underlined, and it essentially has become a link in the website. So I want you to do this 3 times, perhaps once per content paragraph. I don't want you to do it on the same sentence. I want the links to be spread out, and I want you to do 3 links on each post that link back to boardaftercollege.com. Now, once that's all completed, all I need from you is to allow comments here and to basically submit. So in this case, to submit, we need to type in a CAPTCHA. In this case, the verification code would be the numbers that we see in the image across from us, as well as the numbers on the side of it. So 11029636865. And then all you would do is submit. So I'm not going to click submit here because this article hasn't really been respun. It's just brand new content that's not going to be unique on the internet. So I would ask you to just click submit, and once it submits and it's sent through, all you have to do is go back to the tracking sheet that I have here. Let me know that the article submission has been complete, so say yes, and then give me the date that the article submission was completed. So in this case, I did the article submission the same day, and that's it. And then your job is done. Now, always make sure that this publishing part goes through successfully, because I need to know, sometimes basically when you click submit, sometimes they're going to send you on the same page, and the reason is because there's a mistake somewhere on this content post. Perhaps you put a link too close to the top of the content post, but or perhaps you're missing a summary, because every single red star you see here is a category or is a header that needs to be filled with content. So always make sure that the post has been successfully submitted. And that's about it. So I'm always going to be updating this document. Not every day, but what I'll do is every time I update the document, an email will be sent to you automatically. And essentially, if you have any questions, or if you need more time, or if you need my help with anything, please feel free to always ask me. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to, throw you in the deep end and not take care of you. I want you to, feel comfortable doing this job with me. And together, hopefully we can help a lot of people who, could use the content that we create in a good way. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you.